Okay, we've got another car to show you today. It's a VW Beetle. You can probably tell that from the shape. We first built it at Volksworld show in 2009. It's been used by staff over the years. It did a classic rally. We'll tell you more about that in a minute. But it's been sat out in the car park feeling sorry for itself for a while, so we're going to try and get it working. As mentioned, we built this car in 2009 at the Volksworld show from a brand new Mexican Beetle shell and floor plan and a warehouse full of parts. The build team, Joe, Nigel, Tara and Aurelie did most of the work, with additional help from Martin, James and anyone they could grab as the clock ticked down on the Sunday afternoon. Amazingly, the car started first time, and it was used for a few years with various sets of SSP wheels and also Porsche D90s before it was transformed once again. As you can see, the car is no longer green, although there are hints of it still in the door shuts and around the door cards inside. The interiors remain the same throughout, and is standard issue Mexican Beetle stuff, not dissimilar to the Golf Mark 1 with regards to seat style and comfort. The steering wheel, for those who are wondering, is a flat 4 GT wood rim, part number AC400I180GT. Out back, we've still got the same motor as was fitted in 2009. It's done a few thousand miles and was only actually serviced a couple of years ago. We'll need to go through it all, but step one is getting it to fire up. Aside from changing the VW Heritage stickers to Heritage Part Centre, the car has remained unchanged in 9 years. Unsurprisingly, the battery was flat, so we'd be needing some additional help. Enter the NOCO Boost Sport, a 500 amp jump pack that's the size of an early 90s Nokia. For those unaware, the battery on a Beetle is located under the back seat, so we'll start by whipping that out. No bolts here, it simply clips into place. The NOCO unit comes with a comprehensive manual and the jump leads are cleverly engineered so you can't connect it the wrong way around. There we go, it's attached and ready to go. Press the button when you are ready, the lights will flash up. We have life, well sort of. The engine is turning but very slowly. So day two, we're on the Beetle. What's going on, Chris?
So we've had a little turnover, put a jump pack, charged the battery. Still a bit sticky. I think it's a starter motor personally, so we're going to give that a little tickle. And,
what are you going to do? What you got down there? Specialist tools?
Very much so. So little tickle stick. Just going to give
Wonderful.
that a little knock and see if she jumps into action. If not, then we've got quite a big warehouse behind us, and it's got some parts in it. So might see if we need anything extra.
Should be all right. Cool. Let's go. Chris gives the starter a hit or two with a hammer to try and free it up.
Yep, so on a jerry can, these are a bit big. So trying to fill the float bowl up before you start in a car when it's been sat for a little while, you kind of want something a bit smaller. So we've gone for a Lucozade bottle today, which I've jabbed a hole in the top. And you can see there's a little tube here that goes into the float bowl. So we're just going to get some fuel down there, because whatever was in there is either evaporated or won't be the best kind of fuel to try and start a car on. So just going to give this a little squeeze and get her filled up, he says. There we go. That should give us a little bit of life. Starter's been tickled. See if she goes. It's proper stuck. I think that starter motor is toast. We've given it a good hit. She gave us 2 or 3 turns. It was a little rumble, definitely sparked and fired, and now the starter's toast again. So we're going to take her around to the workshop, chuck her up on the ramps, get that starter changed out, and then come back and see you then. Right, so you can see our old starter motor there. I've just sprayed some WD-40 on the terminals on the back of it. Now I think that live terminal is a little bit suspect, so we're going to get those off, get that cleaned up, and then we are going to whip that starter motor out, check the bush, and replace it with one of our awesome FORST starter motors. As explained, you can see here, this is corroded. Now we are in shore and by sea, so we are right next to the seaside. And I think the salt air has just got to this terminal. So we'll strip this back a little bit, clean up all of this, and put a new connector on it, and we install our new starter. That's going to future-proof this You can see there as well the corrosion on the copper wire. So as soon as that oxidizes with the air, that causes a lot of this green furring, and that's not what you want for conductivity. Old starter motor out. As you can see, she's fared fairly well on the outside, but there is quite a lot of play in everything there, and yeah, very stiff. Just had a quick connect up, and it yeah, it doesn't throw out how it should be, so I think that's a bit suspect. So in our box here we have, all shiny and new, a fantastic FORST starter. So when you get one of these out of the box, you will get a brand new armature bush. I did have a look in our gearbox, and our bush is absolutely fantastic, so I think at some point someone has already done that. So I shan't need it, but recommended to change every time you do a fresh one. But you can see everything's sparkly and clean on this one. All our terminals are lovely compared to our old one there. They are slightly smaller as well, which does make getting in there with your spanners a bit easier. On this one you can't actually get a ratchet onto the sides because the nuts find their way into the side of the casing there, whereas this one you do have clearance, which makes it a lot easier as well. So we're going to take this back over to the car and get it fitted. See you in a minute. Right. Welcome back. So at the moment we have the new starter installed. We have the battery was on 10 amps, so we put the booster on it, and we are going to give it its first crank. So fingers crossed, and she might go. You ready? Never in doubt. Never any doubt. Start motor's now in, engine's starting fine, idling pretty well, and he's just put some fuel in the fuel tank because it is all coming through, which is great. Last thing to do before we try and take this out on a little test drive just in the private area that we have here is to replace the pedal retainer. Now that is the state of the one that was on the vehicle. As you can see, it's missing a part. Here's one we so happen to have in the warehouse behind us. That's what it should look like. So you can see the pedal was falling off one side of it. And there is a lovely new little circlip to go on. So we're going to get that on, make sure the pedal is returning nicely on the spring, and then I think we're there. Fantastic! So, it's got an idle-ish.
Coming to a screen near you. Like and subscribe please. We're working really hard on this channel, and we want you to see it first, so press the button, ring the bell.